The black lines appeared first at the base of the shower, where water pools longest. Then they tracked upward along the vertical grout lines. Then the silicone caulk around the drain turned gray, then black. You scrubbed it twice this year with commercial bathroom cleaner. It goes lighter for 2 weeks, then returns, darker than before. The tile cleaning service quoted $200 for a professional mold treatment and grout sealing. We use a commercial-grade antimicrobial, the technician said, much stronger than what you can buy. It isn't. The active compound in their commercial-grade antimicrobial tile treatment is hydrogen peroxide at 6 to 8% concentration. Your pharmacy's brown bottle is 3% hydrogen peroxide. The difference between 3% and 6%? The 3% takes 20 minutes to achieve the same kill. The 6% takes 12 minutes. The 3% bottle costs $2.17. The 20-minute contact time is an inconvenience. The alternative is $200 and a service appointment. Hospital Infection Control has documented hydrogen peroxide as an effective surface mold and biofilm decontaminant since 1953, at the 3% concentration available to any pharmacy customer. The CDC's Healthcare Infection Control Practices Advisory Committee lists 3% hydrogen peroxide as an acceptable surface biocide for fungal contamination in clinical environments. Your shower has the same Cladosporium species. The same concentration applies. Professional tile mold treatment and sealing, $200. At technician cost. Commercial hydrogen peroxide cleaning solution at 6%, supply pricing, $6.83 per treatment. Grout sealant product, $9.47. Labor, 60 minutes at technician field rate, $19. Shop supply consumables, $8. Total cost to deliver, $43.30. What they charged, $200. Margin, 362%. The grout sealing step, $9.47 of their cost, is the only component of their service that hydrogen peroxide does not replicate. A grout sealer prevents future mold colonization. You can apply it yourself, $8.97 for a penetrating grout sealer at the hardware store, applied with a paintbrush after the hydrogen peroxide treatment. Total DIY cost, $11.14, not $200. Here's the biology of shower mildew, and this is mycology and oxidative chemistry, not cleaning product marketing. Shower mold is not a surface stain. It is a biofilm, a structured colony of fungal organisms, primarily Cladosporium sphaerospermum and Aspergillus niger in residential showers, embedded within a self-produced extracellular polysaccharide matrix. The biofilm is anchored in the microporous structure of silicone and cementitious grout, where it is protected from surface mechanical cleaning. When you scrub mold with a commercial bathroom cleaner, you remove the surface layer of the biofilm, the visible dark pigmentation, but the anchored hyphae and rhizoids in the grout matrix remain intact. The colony regenerates from the anchored base within 10 to 14 days. Hydrogen peroxide kills mold by a fundamentally different mechanism, oxidative radical generation. H2O2 in contact with cellular iron undergoes the Fenton reaction. Hydrogen peroxide plus ferrous iron produces a hydroxyl radical plus hydroxide ion plus ferric iron. The hydroxyl radical is one of the most reactive chemical species known. It attacks fungal cell walls, DNA, lipid membranes, and protein structures simultaneously, penetrating the biofilm matrix. Hydrogen peroxide is a small, highly mobile molecule. Its molecular weight is 34 grams per mole, smaller than most antimicrobial compounds. At 3% concentration, it diffuses through the extracellular polysaccharide matrix and reaches the anchored hyphae. The Fenton reaction kills the colony at its root. After treatment, the killed hyphae remain in the grout briefly as dead cellular material. You need a light wipe, not to remove live mold, but to clear the dead debris. The colony does not regenerate because the anchored hyphae are destroyed. Stop. The 1953 documentation. In 1953, the British Journal of Hospital Infection published clinical data on hydrogen peroxide as a surface fungicide in hospital ward environments. The documentation covered effective concentration range of 3 to 6%, required contact time at 3% concentration of 15 to 20 minutes for Cladosporium and Aspergillus species, and application method: spray, Allow to dry without rinsing. The CDC's Healthcare Infection Control Practices Advisory Committee incorporated hydrogen peroxide surface decontamination into its guidelines for environmental fungal contamination management. The guideline specifies 3% concentration and 20-minute contact time as the minimum effective protocol for surface mold in healthcare settings. The same protocol works in your shower because the mold species are the same. Cladosporium sphaerospermum in a hospital bathroom responds identically to 3% hydrogen peroxide as Cladosporium sphaerospermum in your home bathroom. Now, here's where it gets genuinely revealing. Commercial shower mold treatment products are not allowed to list their hydrogen peroxide concentration above 3% on the consumer-facing label in most states without additional EPA pesticide registration requirements. Products above 3% require professional pesticide applicator licensing for sale or use in some applications. The labeling restriction creates a professional and consumer tier that is entirely about regulatory classification, not about genuine performance difference. The 3% you can buy at any pharmacy performs the same kill at 20 minutes. The 6% professional product performs the kill at 12 minutes. The performance difference? 8 minutes. The price difference? $197.83. The honest limitation. 3% hydrogen peroxide resolves Cladosporium, Aspergillus, and common residential mold and mildew species growing on tile grout and silicone surfaces. It does not resolve black mold, Stachybotrys chartarum, growing behind tiles from water damage. Stachybotrys indicates a moisture intrusion problem behind the wall. Indicator: mold that returns within days of treatment, or mold appearing on walls outside the shower splash zone. This requires water source identification and remediation, not surface treatment. For grout stained for more than 2 years, the hydrogen peroxide kills the live mold, but melanin pigment deposited by the colony during growth may remain in the grout matrix as a permanent stain. Grout paint or regrouting addresses the staining after the mold is killed. 1 bottle, 20 minutes, no scrubbing. Step 1. Use 3% hydrogen peroxide directly from the pharmacy bottle in a clean spray bottle. Do not dilute. Do not add bleach. Hydrogen peroxide and bleach produce chlorine gas. Use one or the other, never both. Step 2. Spray generously along all mold-affected grout lines and silicone caulk areas. Apply in a well-ventilated bathroom, open window, or run exhaust fan. You will see slight bubbling at the surface. This is oxygen releasing from the H2O2 decomposition, indicating the reaction is active. Step 3. Allow 20-minute contact time. Do not rinse. Do not scrub. The Fenton reaction proceeds in the biofilm matrix while the surface is wet. Step 4. Wipe with a clean microfiber cloth after 20 minutes. The cloth removes dead biofilm debris. Most of the visible mold will have already bleached to white or clear. Rinse with clean water. Step 5. Apply grout sealer. Using a small brush, apply penetrating grout sealer to all grout lines after the surface is dry. Minimum 2 hours after hydrogen peroxide treatment. Maintenance. Repeat the hydrogen peroxide spray monthly. 10 minutes of contact is sufficient as a maintenance dose. Run the exhaust fan during and after every shower. Total cost: $2.17 for the hydrogen peroxide, $8.97 for the grout sealer. Total, $11.14. U.S. home cleaning and maintenance services generate $30.2 billion annually. The shower mold treatment category generates a significant portion of that volume from a problem that 3% hydrogen peroxide addresses in 20 minutes. The CDC uses it. Hospitals use it. The commercial-grade antimicrobial is it, at twice the concentration for $197 more. Tonight, look at your shower grout in direct light. Any gray or black lines are Cladosporium biofilm. Spray it with the hydrogen peroxide bottle and set a 20-minute timer. Tell me in the comments how long the mold has been growing and whether it's grout or silicone caulk. Every shower grout treated with $2.17 tonight is one fewer $200 tile cleaning appointment. Next video. The grout between your floor tiles is black and gray all the way through. Not just surface mold, but years of embedded staining. The oxygen bleach compound that restores it to factory white has been in commercial laundry standards since 1961. The mason charges $800 for a regrout. The $3.47 solution does it without touching a single tile.